So, okay. Well, let's get into the next one.
All right.
Let's do it.
And while Will is pouring that, when you, because I like talking about dating and stuff. So when you go on dates, right, how quickly do you reveal that you know all this kind of stuff about wine?
I'm a subtle guy.
Right.
So I really don't.
Because it's a card that you can play, obviously.
Oh
Right.
yeah, of course, it's an icebreaker. But I don't like to lead with it and.
For sure, you don't want to be like a jerk off with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. give the waiter attitude. Yeah. I don't do that.
Especially because this industry is full of like people that
Like snobs.
nose up in the air. Oops.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get
exactly.
that.
So no, to answer your question, no, I don't. I let her do most of the talking, and she asks the question, and she'll probably see it if I say something in French, but that's about it.
That's right. He knows French too, dude. Oh my gosh.
What'd you say? That kind of thing.
So, what do you? Yeah, I mean, do you normally go out to places that will like have nice wines? That way you can kind of, like you said, you're not advertising it, but when it comes to order, you go, oh, I think I'll order something, and you just like smoothly do your thing.
Yeah, I let it come out conveniently.
Yes,
It's like, what vintage is it? I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
so for sure. Only when it's convenient. I won't go around the corner to show off the new 20s.
Right, like-
I'll go off the convenient way.
it's not. Yeah, it's not on your Hinge profile, but on the
Right.
date when you guys go to dinner, it'll be revealed.
It will be revealed. It comes out.
Interesting.
It obviously is going to come out right away too, and she asks like what you do for work. You know?
Well, yeah, that
Like-
too. Yeah. I mean,
Right.
I still settle there. Like, oh, I work for a distributing company. That's all.
I know. I always say, oh yeah, I distribute alcohol.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh okay.
Isn't it funny how that works? How you can give a way better answer, but you choose not to because you're so sick of having to either A, explain it, or people just don't care.
Yeah, one of those two.
Like, people so many times are like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm an electrician. They go, oh, you put like ceiling fans, or you're the guy on the line on the poles? And I go, yeah, that's what I do. Even though that's not what I do at all. But
Keep it simple.
So what's this one? This is the Chardonnay?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, so I'm looking at it. Doesn't look hazy.
BOEN Chardonnay.
Yeah, but you can tell it's
It's a little bit darker.
exactly. There you go. See? Learning.
I know. I got, dude, if I
like-
get you into watches, you're going to go broke, dude. I know you will, dude.
It's
Even
like
though
straw.
you can get broke going in this one too. You just gotta.
That's
That's
for
true.
sure.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's pretty valid.
That's for sure.
All right, so
Okay.
let's smell it.
And the swirling around, what exactly is that for? Is that just a...
So if we're going in scientific terms, there's little esters, well, things in the wine called esters, and when you swirl it, they come up, and through those esters you get
More-
smells.
They
More
shoot
aroma.
they shoot out of the glass.
Really? So it's to, like, make more aroma.
Mhm.
Exactly, to get the aromas out, to wake it up.
See, I love this kind of, like, the theater of, like, and the romance of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That one's
Interesting.
Mm.
specific.
Yeah, very specific.
Way different than the last one.
Yes, I agree. I don't know what to call it, but I can tell that it's way different.
Well, what do you think? Well, I'm always going to ask you. What do you think? What's the first
Oh, man. I get
profile?
It's very noticeable that it's its own thing. Like, I could
Mhm.
totally tell the difference. So I'm just trying to,
It's completely different.
again, I'm trying to figure out what words to describe it as, but I could tell, like, right away, like, oh, that's totally different.
Yeah. And I can, without giving away too much, because you wouldn't know it. Other people in the industry would know. It would give it away like a couple notes if I say this. But California is known for doing American oak, which is going to give off. So they put their grapes in barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone does, and then ages it for a little bit. And America puts it in a little bit. Would you say longer? And then the American oak's a little bit more aggressive too.
Exactly. American oak's really aggressive.
So it's like I can smell this, and I would be able to say it's not from Europe, just off of
Really?
one sniff.
Because you
Yeah.
could smell the barrel more.
Right.
And that's a typical stereotype of America or
Mhm.
California. Isn't
Well,
it?
just New World, like because I think Australia kind of has it too. Right?
Yeah. I mean, American oak was cheaper and it's more
Yeah.
aggressive. And this
Huh.
palate like this, a lot of people love.
Oh yeah, this is
Really?
yeah.
So
We
you
call
would
it
say
cougar
this
juice.
Oh, yeah. They call it cougar juice.
So
Hey,
if you're
Stacey.
dating an older woman,
Is, right. Let me get
No, hi,
something.
Stacy. Cougars West.
Let me get something with an aggressive oak, please.
All right. What do you sniff over there?
Dude, I don't know. I've never been so. This is such a unique experience. You're like, I smell that. Oh, really? What does it smell like? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I've never had that experience.
You're like the one word that you keep going back to is just different, right? Like,
yeah, you can tell. You're like, oh, that's its own unique thing.
right.
But you're like, what is? I don't know how to describe it.
The one thing that I was told not to be is afraid or embarrassed about what you smell. Just
Right.
whatever you smell. And
It's your nose. Nobody's gonna tell you you're wrong. Like,
right.
no, it doesn't smell like that. It's like, well, no, I smell it like that. Like,
Right.
But that's what's so interesting is it's not like I think of like, oh, it smells like that, but I don't think that's right. It's not that
Oh, okay.
situation. It's
Gotcha.
literally like, ooh, that's a new thing, and it's weird because I'm a pretty articulate guy.
mm-hmm.
So to just be like, to feel it and not be able to articulate, it's kind of unusual feeling for me, and I don't know if I like it very much.
That's funny. All right, Will, you want to lead on this one?
Sure. And I know on this one, so especially on the nose, I get a lot of so usually characteristics that come from a barrel is like vanilla, which I get a little bit on here. Butter.
For sure, butter.
Butter heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. See, I would have never thought of that, but yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah, this one's like that was the first thing that almost like snuck out of the glass and punched me in the nose
For
with
sure.
was like, oh yeah, that's butter for sure.
Hmm.
And then yeah, I get some vanilla.
For sure. Telltale signs of
I'm not
American
getting it.
Chardonnay.
So I'm not getting a ton of fruit, which usually you would from an American wine. And correct me if I'm wrong on that.
No, yeah. I do get some fruit, but you can tell the oak was excessive. Not excessive. They just they want to lead with those.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But he's right for sure. Butter. I thought butter popcorn, but butter's cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Butter,
apple.
Yeah.
I love how half the audio is just gonna be me smelling it. But yeah, that's super interesting. The vanilla I could kind of see. The butter though, once you said it, it's like, yep, that's what it was.
Yeah, good call, Will. No, that's telltale sign. You can smell this, like you said. Like, oh, American
We actually
Chardonnay.
add butter to it, or what is that from?
So, like Will was saying, it's from the barrel.
It's from the barrel.
Why would the barrel add a butter smell to it?
It's the wine's reaction to the wood, and sometimes
Right.
malolactic fermentation was another process that they do to make this taste come out, which is basically turning mallows into lactic acids, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's like chemistry at that
Yeah.
point.
Mm-hmm.
in other words, they're making it taste like buttered popcorn with baked apples. Without it, Chardonnay is very acidic. It could taste like melon and rock, but it's really interesting. So it's cool how it can change.
I taste. Were you being serious about the popcorn thing? Because
Yeah.
that last sip, I do taste the popcorn a little bit more,
See, yeah, exactly.
which I would have never. When we sat down originally, I was never like, I bet you I'm going to taste popcorn in any one of these wines. I never thought that was going to be a thing, but here we are.
No, that's for sure right. 'Cause- and people love this. This is like
This is like I said, this is cougar juice. This is like California,
Mm-hmm.
like mothers in yoga pants. This
Yeah.
is like
Exactly.
right up their alley.
because
This
it's not aggressive. It's smooth.
Yeah.
It's not gonna bite you in your ass unless you want it to. It's the
So
way to go.
You're saying a chicken pesto with Chardonnay is my jam. Huh?
Ooh,
So yeah. So
51st dates too.
the one like chicken Alfredo. We didn't do it with the Sauvignon Blanc, which sorry about that. But the Chardonnay, like chicken Alfredo, is excellent with Chardonnay.
Okay,
I've done it several times, and every time it hits a spot.
interesting.
Or like a cedar salmon would be great with Chardonnay.
Okay,
Yeah, some
It's-
seafood.
It's a heavier white, so it can take heavier dishes. Like he was saying, Alfredo,
Right.
pasta.
more cream.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Right. Okay. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to check out the Standing Still podcast, both here on YouTube and wherever else you listen to podcasts.